Well, good morning. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. It is freezing cold here in Edmonton, minus 28 with the wind chill. So welcome everybody. We're going to have some spreadsheet fun in the cold. Let it snow. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you would like a copy of this for later, there's lots of great stuff in there. The cc.page/Excel fun. So you can get this presentation for yourself.
I
Hi.
love it.
I'm Darren Malte. I'm an ed tech facilitator, a teacher in Black Gold District, just in Alberta. And joining me is my bestie, Trish, also here with me in Edmonton. Hi, Trish.
Good morning. Good morning. You're making me feel less sad about the colds. You're warming us up with some music. We're gonna get to geek out today. It's a good
Oh my
day.
goodness, it's so cold we're in shock. Like that's how it is. We're joining you from Amiskwaciwaskagan, which is Cree for Edmonton, and that's the home of the Salto, the Cree, Blackfoot, Dene, Nakota Sioux, and Métis. And we're grateful for the stewards of the land who are our First Nations here in Alberta. And yeah, we always acknowledge that we're on those First Nations territories. Trish, we are going to have a whole lot of fun. We're with Cobblestone Collective, but our day jobs, we work with students and teachers all the time in our districts, coding, doing fun Google things. Yesterday, I was making gnomes with students, so that was really fun with some digital art. So there's all kinds of fun things you can do. So we're really happy to join you. And Trish, you do the same, right? You're kind of around in schools.
Oh my goodness, it's been Computer Science Month. So lots of robots, lots of
Yeah,
coding, lots of kids using technology. And this is just another great way to make learning even more fun.
absolutely. So let's put that one more time, teachers. If you want to make a note, that is the link to just get this presentation. You can always walk through a little bit later. All right, we have Jaren already. It's your birthday for real, Jaren? That's awesome.
Wow, happy
Fantastic.
birthday.
So what we'd like to do today is just practice, get into Excel and just look at some of these formulas and charts and shortcuts and things that you can do. And we have a really fun little Mad Libs crazy sentence generator activity that we have for you, which I think is going to be really exciting. And yeah, Excel might be one of those things that we don't always get into. Oh, Miss Oliviera's class from Saint Isidore. Where is Saint Isidore? Really like to know, because there's one up north in Alberta, and I don't know if that's the same one. But
Mm-hmm.
remember, when you are opening things, if things take a long time, you can pause. So if your class is having difficulty getting the spreadsheet, or you just need a little more time, this is YouTube. So if things are too fast, just press that pause button so that you can get to where you need to go with your class. The wait time built in is you and the pause button. You'll just lose the live part where you're talking to us in the forum, but that's okay. We'd love to hear you in the forum. But if it's kids are frustrated, press that pause button. That's what you got to do. That's your wait time, right, T?
Absolutely. And so you might find something today we're doing. You're like, wait, just a second. You pause us. You're in control today. So
Huh.
I love it. I love it. And St. Isidore is an online school. That's really
Oh,
cool.
awesome. Cool.
Kids joining us online.
Fantastic.
Well,
Well,
we
it
can.
looks, yeah.
I was
Go
going to
ahead,
say we
Trish.
got people already using this forum. This is great. I love it. They found it, D. They found it.
They got it. At least Miss Oliviera's class is right there, ready to rock and roll. So if you would like to talk to us, we would love to hear from the classes who are here. The cc.page/answer1. And hey there, Kyle. Hi, Jennifer.
I love this. This is great. And so, you know what?
So
You
good.
can let us know. This is how you're going to talk with us today. So, if you do have a question,
Mhm.
if you want to be able to show off, we're going to be asking you for feedback. You're going to be giving us some responses today to work with in Excel. But, Darren and I, we love to have fun. We love to laugh. And we also love dad jokes. So, if you've got a great dad joke for us this morning, if you want to shout out, we love you too, Jaren. Thanks for giving us a shout out in the forum. But feel free to find that form. Keep that tab open, because that's how you're going to talk to us this morning as we're proceeding forward. So give that a try. If you need to pause the video already here so that you can get yourself tab comfortable opening up that. And hello, Miss D's class. Thank you,
Mr. D,
Yadesh,
yeah,
for bringing that in.
Yadesh,
That's
hey.
great.
Fantastic.
But yeah,
Okay.
let's practice that. That's great.
So I know sometimes we don't often, like, I know a lot of students have never opened an Excel sheet, right? And they get into even like junior high school, and they just haven't. And I think the cool thing about the sheets is, like, it's like the cheater sheet, right, Trish? Like, hey, you want this little sheet that can add up all the stuff for you? Like it can
Yeah.
like do your homework. It can like make charts. It can do all kinds of cool things. Even you can do digital art in Sheets. You can do so many cool things. It's like the thing that it's like we'll do your homework for you. And
You
it's
got it.
yeah, you can use these formulas to like work smarter, not harder, right?
Yeah.
Hi, Bonjour, Madame Clark's class. Preston. Hi, Autumn. Why do
I
fathers
love
take
it.
an
I
extra
love
pair of
it.
socks when they go golfing? Why do they? Oh, in case they get a hole in one. Ha!
Good one.
They got hi,
Oh, I
Ethan.
like that. I like that. Thank you, Ruby and Karis. That's
Great.
great. Yeah,
So
you know,
Trish,
I agree. I think lots of adults, I think there's probably a lot of teachers out there that are going, ooh, like opening up an Excel workbook can feel terrifying because you know what? It's a lot of lines, it's a lot of cells, it's a lot of numbers. We're scared to mess it up. But when you can work within Microsoft Excel, it's a very powerful, powerful tool. You can even do some coding in it. And so that's where we're going to have some fun today. I super love it. I'm really excited to see all of these classes in here saying hello, telling us jokes. We got grade 7 and 8 at Miss D's class. I think there was, where was the joke? Where does a snowman keep his money?
in the snowbank. That's really
This
good.
is great. This is great.
Takata's
So I
class,
love
Madame
it.
McGovern's class. Hi.
That's good.
Okay.
Well, what we need you to do, keep using that form, keep throwing things in there. I think that's so fantastic. We are going to get you to open up our practice workbook. And so we have a space that's going to help you be able to use these formulas, create these Mad Libs. So where we actually want you to go now, I know, one more tab. You've got us open on one tab. You've got your form open on another. What I need you to do now is open your third tab, and you're going to the cc.page/sheet geek. That is going to get you a Microsoft Excel. You're going to see my Excel form. You're going to need to make a copy of that. So do a save as or download that to your device, depending on the device you're using. This might be a great time. Teachers, students, pause us here. And you're not going to that CC page/answers1 anymore.
Yeah.
We'll take that banner down. You're going to go to Sheet Geek and get that Excel sheet. Give us a pause. And when you are ready, throw that back in the form for us and just say ready. And we're going to know that you are ready to go with this Excel sheet.
Fantastic. So what's that going to look like, Trish, in the browser? You just type in the cc.page.
You type in the cc.page/sheet geek. And so I'll just go grab a little browser tab and bring it over here. When you type it in, it'll look a little bit different for me because I am the owner of this Excel workbook, but it's going to ask you, you're going to have a read-only copy, and you're going to need to be able to give yourself a little file save as or a file download and make sure that you get a copy of my sheet.
Fantastic. So that's when you just have to do this, get that sheet open.
Yeah. And this will work whether you are using your Excel in the browser. So you're using it as part of the M365, or if you are using the install program. If you're using the app, it will look very, very similar. It'll just feel a little bit different where perhaps some of the functions and things that we're going to use, it might look a little bit different on your screen, but we're going to have fun today. And I think we have got, Antonio says, ready. So we've got some students that are ready. Wow. I think that's fantastic. We're gonna geek out, but don't forget, pause us. That's the great part about YouTube Live. Pause us if you're not ready, and we're gonna keep on going. I'm gonna close this one in my browser. I am gonna work on my Excel, my full program of Excel.
Okay.
I do find sometimes for anyone out there, if you do have the opportunity to use the Windows 10 version of that full install version, it can do a little bit more than sometimes we see in the browser. But today, the functions and things we're doing, it's not going to matter at all. This is great.
That's super great. So we have your Sheet Geek, save as, open up that workbook, and that's a great time to pause, get ready. And if you're like Antonio, you can just follow along because you are ready to rock and roll.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, I love being able to jump into workbooks like this. It keeps my life completely organized. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at a little sheet geek practice. So you'll notice across the bottom, here's a little tour for you. You're going to notice across the bottom that we have different, it looks like tabs. It looks like binder tabs. And I was able to go ahead and I even color coded them for you. So you can see I've got them titled and color coded. And now you're going to be able to work on those different ones. And just that reminder, if you're looking to make that copy, it's file, save a copy, or file, save as soon as you go to my link. That's going to get you your own copy because you won't be able to edit my sheet. You're going to need
and then you'll see it in your downloads bar.
That's
click it, open it up, and it goes to the full.
Love it, love it, love it.
Yeah, we got Mr. D's class, not Mrs. D. We got that. Yeah.
Mr. D, I love it. I love it. So we got D here with me and Mr. D watching. That's fantastic. Yeah, we got this. Yadesh, let's do this. All right.
Oh, great. Rithika's ready to go. Natalie, I love that one. You want to hear a joke about paper?
Yes, I do.
Never mind. It's terrible. Yeah, those are great. Okay, so now we're in here and Trish is going to give us a tour. Now, Trish, did you color code those tabs at the bottom?
I color coded those tabs. If you ever want to be able to play around with some of those little things, what you can do is you can just right click on any tab and it'll let you rename it. It will let you give it a tab color. It's a nice way to stay organized. It's kind of like making a binder. And so each one of these tabs, they're actually called books in Excel. And so I've got different workbooks that are open and my different, your pages. And so we're going to start on the one that says Sheet Geek Practice because we really want to flex those technology muscles. And so we're going to be teaching you a few Excel tips and tricks and fun things before we jump into our Mad Libs, because I think it's really important to know what happens behind the scenes. And you're going to really love being able to use this. So we're going to do a formula, D. Have you ever done formulas inside of workbooks like this where it's...
Absolutely, yeah. And first, I just started with the simplest ones, just adding things up because it does that great. And then I think the next thing I always show students is making charts and making, pie charts really easily, making bar graphs really easily. And then some of the more complex things, we did some digital art with them with conditional formatting.
We're going to try all of that today.
Yeah.
So the first thing I want to show you is if you take your mouse and if you click and you're going to see there's a grid that it gives you. So all of our columns have alphabetical letters. So you can see A, B, C, D. All of our rows have numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, and down. And so it's a little bit like, okay, I'm clicking on A2. So I can start to line that up. But if I click on A2, where I see the number 34, if I just click and drag, so that it's just highlighting all those numbered cells. If you look in the very, very bottom, it's so small, bottom of your screen, it does a quick little math for you. You can see that it gave you an average, it gave you a count, it gave you a sum, it added those up. And so even without a formula, you can just select things inside of an Excel book and it will already do the math for you, which I think is great. But we're going to learn to do a formula right now because I think formulas are fun.
And maybe I'm nerdy, but I have my budget in a sheet and I just kind of look and it adds up all my totals and it's so easy to go in and put all my bills in there. But I really like what we've created with making our Mad Libs. It's going to be super cool. I think you're really going to like what that looks like. So you can spend a lot more time after this with that too, right, Trish, and make those word lists. So what are you going to do right now?
So what I want everybody to do, you are going to click in H1. So you're going to see I've got it lit up blue. And we can see it says sum, and we're going to create a formula. And there's a couple of ways we can do that. One of the easiest ways to start is to just hit the equal sign. And it automatically, you'll see that it changed and it made a function bar up above all of those cells. And you can see it's like, oh, it's getting ready to do a function for us. And so that's where it's going to go ahead and do some math. And so right now it's set to quotient. We don't want a quotient. Look at this little pull down arrow. We're looking to add. And so this is where some math is going to come in. We are going to actually be doing a sum. And it's like, well, what numbers do you want to add up? And what's really great here is you can type those numbers in. You can type those cells. Like I want A2 plus A3 and A4. We can type that in. But what I can also do is I can just drag. I can just do that same drag and select of all of those cells, and you'll notice it already typed it in for me. You're looking to add a sum of A2 to A7. And so it's going to add that up, and I can just say, okay. And now it's popped in a number for us, which I think is really, really cool. It's like, hey, it's just going to add this up for me. And so I can do a lot of different sums and things like that just simply by doing that adding. Now, if I wanted to be able to go ahead and add a number under here, like maybe I'm going to add another 567, and it's like, but my number didn't change. Why didn't my number change? Because I said to only go to A7. And so what I can do is I can say, I don't want to just my sum to go to A7. I can go and I can drag that down more. Or another way to do that is if I say, actually, I want this sum, I want it to be the whole column. I want to do a sum, and I want to do the sum of just this column. Anything added up in this column ever. I can go ahead and I can say, okay, and it's going to add, it'll add it all up. But I picked sum too, so I have to take this word out here. We're going to delete that. There we go.
I think maybe, Trish, too, if we haven't opened up spreadsheets or you've never opened one from a copy where we've given you one like that, you just have to get used to how that works, right? You get the link, which is our Sheet Geek.
Yep.
And once you get there, you go File, Save As. Save a copy. And then once you're there, you can open up your copy.
You got it.
And, and then teachers, this is your wait time. Make sure your students are at that step, right? So we're not getting too confused or scared. And then the little tour, we have our different tabs. And Trish is just in the very first tab right there. Sheet Geek Practice. And
so we're going to do the sum. We're going to do an instant replay of the sum. Yeah. And remember, pause us. Don't let yourself get lost. It's really important to be able to pause us and even rewind. Go back and watch us. So I'm in H1. I'm simply going to hit my equals key. And what it does is it opens up my formulas above all of my cells. And I can see in the top left, there's a little pull down menu. And I can choose, I want a sum, right? I want a sum. And what do I want a sum of? I can type in those numbers, or I can select the numbers.
And just press OK, and it gives you, adds it all up for you.
That's right. And it's going to add it all up. Boom. That's a sum.
And if you add a bunch more numbers.
You got it. If you add a bunch more numbers, you can adjust your formula, because whenever I'm clicked on that cell, if there's a formula in that cell, if I click off that cell, notice there's no formulas in my function bar. But if I click on that cell where I've put a formula, we can see, because this is important. This is a very small formula. When Darren built the Mad Libs project, they're very big formulas, but that's okay because we have to start with small formulas. We learned this. It means you can build what Darren built. And so a formula attaches itself to a cell. And so the cell of H1 has a formula of sum bracket A1 colon to A8 bracket. That's the formula. That's what has to be typed out. And I can type that out. Or of course, my function helper will let me be able to do that.
So Trish, if I wanted to add up my pets, could I just click the 5 and drag down and just look just very quickly and kind of cheat and just select those cells? Yeah.
I can select those cells, and it does a little bit of math in the very bottom right. I can see it add up to a sum of 12, an average of 3. If I wanted, I could put a formula, same thing, equals. And then I have my function open. I can see a sum. There's my sum. And it's like, oh, did you want to add D2 to D5? It already did that for me. It's guessing. It's intelligent. It's like, hey, wait, I see some numbers here. Did you want to add this? Why? How do you do? Yes, I do. And I can just say, okay. So super exciting because it does that for us. You can do sums, averages, quotients, so much math in here. I absolutely love it. A great way to do when we do those parts in school where we have to go around and getting statistics, asking people what kind of ice cream and things they like and making charts. It's so great. But that's what we're going to do now. We're going to shift a little bit because we've only got 10 more minutes of some practice as we're playing here. But what we want to be able to do is notice I have here dog, cat, chicken, fish, and I've got some numbers here. I've got how many people like this. This is where we want to hear from you. We know that you've got the form. You're going to tell us, because I'm going to add to my sheet. Do you prefer, just throw it in here, And Darren is going to tell me how many animals. So he's just going to help me do that.
Yeah, we're faster than the Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah, we're faster than Wi-Fi. We can't solve your Wi-Fi, but you can pause us.
Yeah.
Feel free to pause so that you have a chance to be able to do that with us.
And I think too, it takes a little while just to get comfortable. Like, okay, this is what a sheet looks like. This is where my tabs are. I'm in my cells, right?
That's right. And so you tell us, do you prefer a dog, a cat, a chicken, or a fish? And while you're telling us that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up that sheet again, even in the browser. So those people who are working in the browser version will be able to see what this looks like. If your screen looks a little different from mine, Microsoft sometimes looks different in different places.
Okay, so this is the browser.
This is the browser version. And look, it looks the same, but I would still say file. I would have to save it. I'd have to save as. And of course, if I'm doing something like creating a sum, I'm saying, oh, I have to go into my editing mode. I want to be able to edit it. Oh, because I've got view only. So I have to, same thing. I have to be able to say save as. I'm going to download that copy, just like people are doing. Here we go.
Yeah.
We'll open it up, but you're going to use that. And it's just going to look a little bit different. So that's just something to kind of keep in mind if you have a browser. All right. Where are people with these animals? I got to add up these animals, D.
Yeah. Okay. I don't see any dogs.
It's like cats. I love it. I love it.
8, 9, 10. I've got 10 cats.
Okay.
Keenan says 1 dog.
Okay.
I've got Eason with 1 fish.
Okay.
Autumn's got another cat coming in. 2 more cats.
Whoa.
So that's up to 12 now. All right. Then we got another dog. Antonio's a cat person.
Love it. I love it. No one's putting backyard chickens. I have backyard chickens. I'm just waiting for somebody to pick that. They're great pets. You can totally pick them.
Trish, add another cat. Add another 3 dogs. Oh, and another cat. So you got 14 cats and 9.
Okay, we'll get some more cats here. Okay. This is great. Well, we can actually have charts created for us. And it's so nice because, it's sometimes hard to make these graphs and figure it out and put in the colors and things yourselves. But one of the things I can do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select these cells. So I'm going to be clicking on C2 and I'm just going to select all these cells and so that they're highlighted. And what I can actually do is I can insert. I'm going to go to my insert menu and there's a bunch of recommended charts. It's going to just make this into a chart for me. It's going to visualize the data. And so I can say insert. And what do you want? Do you want if you want a bar chart, here we go. Do you want a 3D column chart? Look at this.
Ooh.
Boom. It made for me a chart. It made for me this chart of who likes what animals in our group today. And look how quickly we could just visualize that data. We can put that into a chart. It couldn't be easier. I didn't even have to have poster paper. Maybe I want you like a pie chart. Ooh,
I love that one. Yeah. And I hope Mrs. Matheson's class is caught up and getting in here. And we really just, sometimes you may never have opened a spreadsheet. So just getting used to, dragging and clicking those cells. Right. Kyle cannot believe that more people like cats because dogs are so much better. And I think for teachers,
chicken cat.
Trish, I think one of the first things as a teacher you want to do is doing charts because it is such an easy way. I've done it with grade 2 classes where, you just put in, hey, what's your favorite cookie? And you put it in, put your totals, select it, boom, hit a little button and get a little, well, we've done pies too. And then we do a pie chart of pies.
That's right. That's
right.
Well, I've got 2 more fun things. So we know how to create a formula. Very geeky. Love that. We have learned how to be able to insert some charts, be able to visualize some data. How nice and easy was that to be able to use that? Well, I want to show you over here. Do you see where it says fun? We're having fun. On so K1, I've got the word fun. And if I want to have more fun, I don't want to have to copy and paste and copy and paste or copy and paste. And D, I really don't like typing. I want to make this easier for me. Well, do you know if I take my mouse and I line it up on the cell so that it's just in the kind of bottom right-hand corner of the cell and it turns into like a little like a little crosshairs, that little selector icon. And I can grab that. I'm going to click and drag down. Look at this. It copied my fun.
Oh, that's so good.
Inside of Excel, you can drag so things copy. So same if I wanted to be able to have a list of, say, a name, and I'm going to go pick Darren. Yes, there's Darren. Well, no, I need more Darren. I can just drag that down.
Perfect.
And now I've got your name a whole bunch of times.
Yeah.
Super, super easy.
Autumn, if you're asking about Chromebooks, like that's going to be a different type of program, which when you do your save, you'd have to open that in Drive, and it's going to open as a different thing, Google Sheets, right? So that is going to be different.
It might depend. So I do have Office editing on mine because I have Microsoft in ours. So you might have the Office editing for Excel on your Chromebook. So just connect with your teacher which one. It might look a little bit different if you are doing this in Google Sheets. It's quite a bit different. It has the same functions, but it will look very different.
Still works though. Hey, when you did your sum, did you have to pick it from the little drop down in the corner, or could you just type it in? Like
I absolutely can type it. I'm welcome to type it or select it, or it will come up with ones for me. All right, last one, D. Then we're going to do some Mad Libs with our friends.
Absolutely.
And don't forget, this is just some Sheet Geek practice. Today, we're making Mad Libs, and we've given you the formulas, so you'll just be able to use this for some amazing writing. This Sheet Geek page, this practice page, this is for you to mess up and have fun.
We want you to make a mess in here. And so what we've gone through, Trish added up numbers just by selecting them. Trish made a chart just by, asking which ones you prefer and putting it in. And you can make sums. And then you can cheat, copy and paste things just by dragging. And could you go left as well? So you went down, Darren.
You can go across.
For fun.
You got it. I can go this way too. I can say, I'm going to make Darren go this way.
Just fill it.
You got it. Yeah.
Now,
one last thing. If I don't want to have to type a bunch where it says 1, 2, I'm like, no, I don't want to have to keep typing all these numbers. Again, if I select both those cells and I line up my mouse so that crosshair is in the bottom right-hand corner, I can drag that down. Boom. And it's going to create the count. It's going to count for me. And now I don't even have to try to type out all those numbers. It'll do that for alphabet too.
How smart is it? Could you do A and then B and then do the alphabet?
Yep. Yes, you can. So you can do months of the year. Absolutely. You can do so many things. It'll just know to repeat it, to keep it going. So try that. Look at how much of a mess we made. And we didn't wreck anything. We're just trying, because these skills now, they are going to teach you what we're about to do next, how Darren did this, because he was able to create the most awesome Mad Lib using formulas that we had found on Instructable. So this is so great. I love it. And I love
good.
They got it. Autumn's got it. She's like, don't worry about me. Of course we worried about you. We're worried about all of our friends out there. But this is
and I know it can be overwhelming. And I know a lot of my teachers, when we were doing coding this week, they didn't realize I got to pause it, get my class all cut up, ready to rock and roll, and then we can move forward. You can't, if you're all scattered, and if you're feeling stressed, you got to hit the pause button, right?
You got it. You got it. So if you did this, give yourself a little swagger shake. You did this. You did some Sheets Geeks. I know that lots of adults are terrified of Sheets. And now we are going to go ahead and we are going to keep having some more fun. And Dee, you've got a really, really exciting, Mad Libs for us to be able to play around with.
Yeah,
absolutely. But what are we about to do? What is the whole point?
So what we came up with from the Instructables video is that we can take the different parts of speech, and teachers, if you're doing a parts of speech activity, this is a really cool way of, playing with that. So we are going to use nouns, just person, place, or thing. Hopefully we're not using boring ones. And that's the one thing. So give me a noun. We're like, man, woman. It's just, we're going to be a little more exciting than that.
Yeah.
And then we have our adjectives, those describing words. And then we have verbs, our action words, and adverbs, how we do those actions. And when I was in the classroom, Trish, we had noun, a person, place, or thing. Adjectives describe all those nouns. Me, a pronoun to change it up. Verb, an action word like run. Adverbs describe how action's done.
That's great. I love that.
So we have this
little in my head all day now.
Noun, a person, place, or thing. Adjectives describe all those nouns. And then we had, so
But this is a
Now we got
great
these
poster. I love
parts
that
of
you
speech.
color coded it for us because I like that I can see, okay, the blue words you have in that sentence, that's an adjective. The purple words you have, that's a noun. What a great idea to color code the different ones. I think that's fantastic.
And even that right there, teachers, there's a little activity, hey, let's do that activity before we do the next thing. But yeah, you could like highlight the cranky, that's an adjective, billy goat, interesting noun.
You got it.
Brightly, that's how he took down the hydraulic adjective, stink bomb. Jaren, I like that joke. Probably not going to read it, but thank you. Do a different one now. So on our sheet, we have one called sheet 1.
Yep. So we're going to go back to my sheet and I'm going to look across the bottom and I'm looking for that purple tab. And it says sheet 1, and we can see Darren's headings. I almost feel like I need to change those heading colors. Can I change the heading colors to match your poster?
Could you please?
What color was nouns? Nouns were purple?
Oh, I have to look what I had.
Let's see.
Boom, boom.
This is great. I'm even going to make the text purple. This is great.
And then the adjectives were blue, but it's kind of a lighter blue.
Okay, adjectives were blue. So I'm going to make this one, I'm going to leave this blue, and I'm going to make all the text in this one be blue. There we go. Oh, I love that we can design in here. Okay, what were verbs? What color were verbs?
It was kind of a cyan, kind of greenish.
I love that you're such a designer. I'm going to make it actually be green.
Okay. It was aqua.
It was aqua. I love that. That's so great. Okay, and what about adverbs?
That was orange.
Orange. Okay.
Thanks, Yadesh. Yadesh is in there with the parts of speech.
Oh, fantastic. I'm so glad that we've got our friends here following along, helping us out. This is great. So we've just made we made it match Darren's poster. I'm feeling good. So we are going to come up with we want to be able to put some adjectives. We need some help from our friends, don't we, Dee?
Yes. So let's start. We'll just get one noun from you. And can you think of an interesting thing? An interesting noun. Oh, link for the question page. Yeah, you got it here. There's our answers. You got it right there. All we need is give us a noun. So hopefully you got messy in that sheet. You're like, I don't know what's happening in the sheet. That's okay. We want you the idea is like, get in here and play and just click and nothing's gonna break. And it's okay to be like, I'm stressed. But the second time, you won't be stressed. I was in a grade 1 class yesterday and they were stressed by adding shapes. And then, by the third time, they're like, hey, I can do this. I'm doing awesome. By the end of that class, these grade 1s were searching for transparent background images and duplicating them and making them smaller and bigger.
I love it.
And they're, 6 years old. So it was super great.
That is so great.
All right. Oh, okay. We got a hula hoop. I think we should use that.
Okay. I'm going to start. I'm going to go back to the sheet, D, and you're going to give me some of these. So I'm going to put in here.
Trish, just add one. Just add hula hoop. And then can you go back? And I'm going to hide this. And then go to our formula page. So we have sheet 1. That's where that's where you're putting your nouns and your verbs. And then here, look, it took hula hoop and then it put it in. We only have 1 right now. So it's counting. It's saying, hey, there is 1 noun. Yes. And Trish, can you click where it says number 1? So I put a formula in there and it's just count. Yes. Count my nouns. And then here, it's taking your nouns, it's throwing them into this random thing, and it's saying the something hula hoop, something, the something hula hoop. So that's not very interesting, but we have some more. We have a teacher and a donkey.
Okay, I'm going to put this in. Teacher, donkey.
McDonald's, and no Ash and Claire. We're not using that one.
McDonald's,
computer. Thanks, Yadesh. Yeah, we got computers and noun. Perfect.
Truck. This is great.
And already is our formula sheet getting a little bit better. Thanks, Jaren. So let's look back at our Mad Lib Generator sheet.
We're going to go look. Ooh, and look, it's counting 6 different things now. So how can I change this? Now, it is important when you see, as much as we've shown you where these formulas are so you can understand them, don't change them, because if you change Darren's formulas, your sheet won't work anymore. And so it's having a great time. That's great. Huh?
Fish Mia's having a great time.
Yes, because sheets are so fun.
You just said you're having a great time in Google Sheets. That's insane. That's not normal. Great. No, CN Towers, interesting. Yes. Hi, Mr. D's class. Ratio.
Okay, I'm gonna put
umbrella.
in some
Let's add a
more.
few more nouns. These kids are super fast with this. Hatchet. Oh, Arian, that's really neat. Yeah, a
Okay.
giraffe. Thanks, Antonio. A duck.
Duck. Love it.
I love it.
This is great. And
Yeah.
so when I go back to the Mad Lib generator, if I go here and I do control, and I'm looking for on my keyboard that little plus equals key. So control plus, look what's happening. It's cycling through. The truck did something with the hula hoop. There we go. Like we can start to see these sentences getting put together. This is so cool. And
Yeah.
the other ones that are zeros, D, is it because we don't have anything in them?
Exactly. Yeah. And if someone's saying, I mean, we have a lot of kids still, I guess they're fans of, Among Us. Sus would be the adjective. Imposter would be the noun. So we have the sus imposter, right?
So you mean over here for adjectives, I'm describing the noun. I would put sus here and I would put imposter here.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. This is
That's our
making
first
sense.
adjective is sus. So let's go back to our Mad Lib and let's see what we've generated just with one adjective. The sus computer, something, something, the sus hula hoop.
Okay, okay. This is
So
starting to
cool.
make sense to me. This is so great. So here's what we need now from everyone. You're getting this. We need some more. You're too good at this. So we need not just nouns now. Now, though, this is where you might want to pause the video, classrooms and teachers, because you might want to come up with some lists. So in our form, you're going to identify, is it an adjective? Is it an adverb? Is it a verb? Is it a noun? So you're going to say adjective, and you're going to say bright. And so you're going to tell us when that happens. So you're going to do that, pause our video, go ahead and come up with those words, throw a bunch in the form because we're going to type them in our workbook, and we're going to keep going.
So good. So now we need a few more of our, Taylor Swift. That'd be good to actually get, some famous people.
Some famous people in there.
It's always good to add, a few interesting things like that.
Okay.
Now we need some adjectives from our people who are current with us. If you're paused, you don't have the adjectives, but if you're with us live, we need some adjectives. So these are things that are describing what kind of hula hoop, what kind of teacher. I know you have Mr. D's class, you have some awesome techie, innovative teachers who are with us on a live stream coding. So
I
what
love that.
kind of McDonald's? What kind of giraffe? The
I
inclusive.
love this already.
Thanks,
Priya,
Priya.
she's got an adjective, inclusive. Dia, blue. I love
Blue.
this. Now they're coming in.
Let's use heroic. Gargantuan. Oh man, Easton. Love it.
Gargantuan. Yes. Love these. Fantastic.
Perfect. How about like evil?
Okay, let's do that. Evil. How about exciting?
Perfect. Yeah.
Oh, we can see, we can put in a mountain here.
Yeah.
Okay, and let's put in some verbs. Let's think of some action. Let's think of some actions that we can do.
What do we have so far? If we go back to our Mad Lib generator, it's going to be more interesting, right? If I go to our generator tab, boom,
right?
and in Control Plus, the evil computer, something, something. Oh, the sus duck, exciting giraffe, the sus Darren. Hey,
I might have snuck your name in there.
Unkind.
This is great. So let's go back. So let's keep going with these sheets. We've got exciting. Let's see. We've got happy, and then we've got positive. What great words.
Sheepish. We have that in our form.
Good one.
Creaky.
Creaky, like
creaking
chair.
like a chair. Like
yeah. Okay. Let's do that.
Okay, I think that's enough. That's perfect.
Okay.
And we still have 7 classes live, so I think we are ready to get to those other classes. Just giving us. Hi, Candace. Yeah, we won't put your name in the form. We need some verbs. And we want some interesting verbs. Let's get some verbs where we're doing some things like, I don't know, morphed, or I don't know, some interesting. What else do we have? So right now, old, frightening. We have for one more adjective from Autumn. Broken.
Oh, there we go. Oh, dirty. I like that.
I wouldn't put that one in.
Okay.
Broken. Perfect. Broken hula hoop.
Love this. Okay, let's do some verbs,
More
Dee. Let's come up with
verbs.
some lists for
All right,
that.
folks. And if you're in there, Autumn and everyone else, let's get some verbs. These are action words, but let's make it more interesting. Okay, yeah, I got bounced.
Bounced. Okay.
That one. Insulted. Give us some verbs now. And remember, you're going to this. This is the page that hopefully you had, it with your tabs. Natalie's got walked. Yep.
Love that.
And remember, if your verb is through can be good. Give us some verbs. I love that we have so many classes.
This is so great. Can I add dancing? I think we should all be
Danced.
dancing today. We're dancing in our class. We're having some
Now,
fun.
hang on a second, though, Trish. If you put dancing, it's going to think it's an adjective.
Oh, right.
So you want danced.
There we go.
Ate. What do you have? We have through. Perfect. We have walked and jumped. Vamped.
What does vamped mean?
I don't know. In music, it's like when you go a long time on one chord. Oh,
right.
Bibble. To bibble is to eat or drink noisily. That's kind of cool, Ash. I've never heard that word.
I need that. Ash, thank you for teaching me a new word. Bibble. There we go. Okay, now I think it's time for some adverbs. We've got to be able to put in some adverbs while we're doing this.
Okay. Yeah, so keep those. We can keep those verbs coming. Oh, that's a cool verb. Saved. Painted. Saved. Yeah, Priya, there we got some good ones coming in.
And so if you're hearing words in your sheet, you should be typing words in your sheet. Maybe you are typing just words that you think. Maybe you're following along with us and you're typing words that we're typing. We can be brainstorming or crowdsourcing from each other those words.
Yeah. You know who's really good at this is the author of who's the not Diary of a Wimpy Kid. What am I thinking of? With the toilet paper, Captain Underpants.
Captain Underpants?
Captain Underpants has always got these like exciting, these really interesting things.
Oh, look at these. Oh, okay. I've got to do this one. Diligently. What a great, I did that diligently. That's an adverb. What an excellent adverb.
So when you're thinking of this, think of how would Captain Underpants and the characters in those books maybe do things. And I think they would do things, I don't know. What do we have here? Busily.
Busily, okay.
Sleepily. Thanks, Nora. Great one. An adjective, pretty. Mira, you're describing Trish, aren't you? There you go. Enthusiastically.
Okay.
You're doing some great typing here, Trish, dude. That's a lot of pressure.
Ooh, that's a lot of typing. I'm doing my best.
Selfishly, loudly. Okay. Oh, strangely. Thanks, Natalie. That's a good one.
Selfishly. You said strangely?
Yes.
Beautiful.
And we hope you understand. We are working on our list, but if you look at yours, your words are going to be on sheet 1, and teachers and students, you can be filling in some of these. And then as you fill it in, go back to our other one where it says Lib Generator, that other tab.
That blue tab.
Control.
And look at how many we have. It's giving us a count. I love seeing the different numbers. It's telling us how many words we have in our list. I'm seeing your formulas in that formula bar. I'm starting to figure out how you built this. This is cool. And so now I'm getting whole sentences. Dee, look at.
Yes, exactly. And we're getting such good words. Kyle, I love that. Obliterated. Like, that's a great one. Abnormally, adventurously, dog.
Okay,
Gordon Ramsay.
Abnormally.
Yeah.
Normally.
I think Autumn had another good one. Cheerfully and fast. Idiotic. That's fun.
Where will I put idiotic?
That would be an adjective.
We go.
Yeah. And isn't it fun to get these in the form where even me, I'm like, okay, well, yeah, that's an adjective. Oh, yeah, that one's an adverb.
Are we putting wiggly as a verb?
Candace. There we go. Wiggly. Wiggling. You could even put wiggly as no.
Accidentally.
Adjective. Yeah, accidentally. Elon Musk. That'd be great. Absent-mindedly. Addy. That's great. I wish I could be in that form helping you there, Trish.
Oh my goodness. That's all right. We've got this. This is good practice.
And already, Trish, don't you think, it could be like doing parts of speech can be a fairly boring thing. But look just with this, where you go to
This
the
is
sentence generator.
fantastic.
Let's just go and let's make some sentences just kind of briefly here. Let's go to our
Yeah,
Mad Lib.
I think it's time to generate because I think we're ready to get some ideas here. So let's go to our Mad Lib generator. Wow, the evil Taylor Swift sleepily walked the broken Elon Musk. We got two celebrities in one. So I'm going to hit this Control Plus, and it's going to go through and create these crazy sentences. And I'm going to be able to go ahead and find a sentence that I like. The frightening Darren absent-mindedly through the creaky truck. I'm thinking of a story where you become perhaps maybe a
That's so good.
winter zombie, and suddenly you become frightening in the light of the moon, and you like grab the vehicles on the side of the road and you throw them. This would be a great story.
Yeah. And so sometimes, Trish, when we're doing these, and students, you can, if you go to your sheet 1, sometimes you have to say, like, you could do, instead of jumping, you could do jumped into
Oh,
or
can I put that
morphed
here?
into. I would just replace jumping with jumped into. It's kind of like it makes the sentence make a little more sense. So if
Yeah,
or danced across, you might have to, for your verbs, you might have to cheat a tiny bit. I found, just to
I
make our
like that.
sentences make sense,
Uh,
morphed into or walked across or through should be fine. Through,
I could be
danced.
like walked on, walked in. That's great. So
Well,
we can go back, and if I ever want to edit a cell, all I have to do is give it a double click. And if I give it a double click, it allows me to edit the word that's there. And so if you click on a cell and you want to change it, maybe you made a spelling mistake or a typing mistake because like I'm trying to type here so fast, you can go ahead and give it a little double click. But we're going to go ahead. We want to hear from you because we're going to show you another cool thing. We want you to generate a sentence. We want you to go in and we want you to hit that Control Plus. We want you to generate your sentence, but we need you to send it to us. So pause this video, give it a little pause. We're going to show you one more cool thing to do with your sentence once we've got this
exactly.
done. But you're going to go ahead, send us your sentence. We're going to try to make a bit of a group story. Put that in there. Let's see if we can find our favorite sentence, D.
And Trish, all you really need to make a sentence work is you need one noun, one adjective, one verb, and one adverb. And if you
Anybody can
get
type
those,
4 words today,
anybody can type
right?
4 words. So if you're like, what's going this on the sheet that says sheet 1, give us one of each part of speech,
Ooh,
Control Plus, and then the more words you have, the more it's going to mix them up. Oh, do you see how when you put in danced across,
yeah.
it
Isn't that
it
great?
makes it make a lot more sense.
I like this. I like this. And what's so great, kind of that as we're waiting for our sentences to come in from our friends, I'm going to show you one more fun thing we can do inside of Excel because I like this sentence. I like this imagery, being able to have a pretty giraffe diligently dance across the blue Taylor Swift. I can go ahead and I can actually insert a picture. And so I can just go and insert an online picture. So maybe I've designed one, maybe I've created a picture using another tool, but I can go ahead and I can search online. It's going to pull up Bing for me, and I can go find a giraffe. I can go find an image that's going to help fit my story. So if I want to find one that's like maybe a little bit more dancing, this is very diligently, I think, dancing. And I can say insert, and what it's going to do is it's going to give me a picture to match my sentence. Maybe I want to write a story. Maybe I'm putting together, something like that. This is exciting. We're going to combine some things.
So cool.
One
So
more
you're
cool
getting a
Excel thing.
pretty giraffe. You're adding images that kind of go with your crazy sentences.
Crazy sentence. Add an image to go with your crazy sentence.
Oh,
But
we
we
have our
must be
first
getting
full
some.
sentence, I think. Yeah, we got Omer.
Oh, good.
The man
Good.
used a giraffe as a car.
The man used a giraffe as a car. Okay, I'm going to go in here. Let me give a little. I'm going to get a little text box here. Let's do this. Here we go. Where's my text box? So, what is it? The man
used a giraffe as a car.
Okay.
Perfect. Let's see if I have any more.
I like this one. Granny's been staring through the window since it started snowing. Is that a sentence?
No, that's Addie with her. She's been constantly doing the Mad Libs jokes.
Oh, I
She's been
love
doing dad
it.
jokes the whole time.
This
Addie's
is
a big
great.
fan. She had some really good ones there earlier.
Fantastic. Give us those sentences. We'll keep adding them, because what we can do is we can put in each other's sentences and we can start to move them around and make a crazy paragraph. Can we make a whole paragraph that makes sense and is silly and is fun? And so we can work together. What's really neat is you can also share. If you made a copy of our PowerPoint presentation, you can even share that with each other so that you are typing on the exact same slide, and you can put together your sentences. So
yeah.
Priya's got one. The perfect laptop absent-mindedly walked the backstabber mountain. Oh, you know what? I would do what Dee showed me how to do is I would put in walked on. That's a great one. So I'm going to put that one. We got that sentence. Here we go.
Priya, you are amazing.
This is so great. What other ones do we got?
The giraffe danced with Elon Musk.
Okay, fantastic. We're going to put that one in.
Oh my goodness, Mira's got an insane one. It's just so good. You might have to copy paste. The zebra was happily jumping, but morphed into a zombie and quickly ran away.
Oh, this is great.
Trish, I think I owe you a coffee for doing all this typing.
I'll take it. I'll take it. This is so great. The blue pencil diligently through the positive computer. Oh, I like, we've got a bit of a, the school supplies are taking over the school at night. They're having supply fights.
The sus teacher walked suspiciously. I kind of like that.
Where is that one? The sus teacher walked suspiciously?
Yeah. Okay. You want to hear mine, Trish? I've got a good one, I think. Okay. The no-show bagpipes busily discarded the hydraulic creepy crawly.
That's a good one.
These are so fun. If you go back to our sheet, I want to just show one thing. Oh my gosh, Germont has a really cool one. If you go to the formula, where in cell A7, that's where our formula is actually living. A7, so down to 7. It's taking it and it's taking first its adjective is B, then the C is where we're getting our nouns, and then it actually skips to E because that's our adverbs. So it's how it's going to. Right. And then D, it's taking, broke our formula. Or maybe you just have to tab. But it's kind of cool. No, but just it's kind of cool that you can actually change the order of the words. I didn't have adverbs at first, and then I added the adverbs in later on.
So what I did, what you can see when you want to highlight what is the formula taking, I'm clicked on A7. That's where the formula is. But if I click up in our formula bar, it will show me what D selected for his formula. So it's going to highlight the cells. These are the cells that he has put together and randomized. And
these are so good. Are you seeing the sentences coming in? Antonio had a really awesome one. Thanks, Antonio. The rainbow sandwich quietly danced into the orange rock.
Oh,
Antonio,
wow.
You are the boss. There, pound it.
Stories. I want to create some stop motion. I want to make a video. This is great.
Nora's got some funny ones too. I'm not sure if they're not totally appropriate. We can't do those jokes, but yeah, maybe keep it to school.
I
love
it.
Sussy imposter danced with the crewmates. Yeah, look at this.
So cool.
Success. That is success to me. That's so good.
We've got kids writing today. And you know what? That's the thing. Writing doesn't always just have to be pencil and paper. Writing can be having these generators, coming up with things. And now your next steps. Let's talk about some of your next steps that you can do as we're still putting together some of these fun pieces. And I hope everybody is finding great pictures to go along with your what you've generated.
If you got some cool sentences, grab some pictures in there. So
if you want to take your Excel game to the next level, we have in the speaker notes here where we got this. We adapted this from Instructables. There was a Mad Lib Robot generator using Excel. Darren got very excited. And what he has put together for you, if you want to open up a brand new Excel book and you want to be able to do this, Darren has the step-by-step instructions for how he made that great, big, cool, random formula maker. He has that all put together. And what's neat about it is you can really customize it. You can see this was long. This was a lot, but it's
That's
just
how
the
he made it,
step by step of how he did it. And what we also have for you is you're going to see you made your word list. Keep going back to that word list. I like that we color coded the word list, Dee. But we have Darren and Trish's master list. If you're looking for some words, if you want some even more delicious words to add different, put your nouns. I have to say I'm absolutely loving the adverbs on here. You can borrow from our list and put it into your list and generate even more of those words so that you can have even more sentences. This is so fantastic.
If your list is just, dog, pretty, you're going to have the pretty dog sat, and it's not going to be that, like really pump it up.
Well, and I think what's great when I'm looking at your noun list, we have to remember often we want to just list people or things like dogs, like names of things. Where I like that your nouns are like, oh yeah, that's a noun. A tentacle is a noun. Being able to look at the barnacles or a werewolf. Like there's so many like other words in here. A gangplank. I'm going to walk off that gangplank on a ship.
Yeah.
How great is that?
And if you're in Antonio's class, Antonio has the bomb for sentences. The rainbow trout crankily, hungrily blustered the International Atomic Energy Agency.
Wow, that's a great one too. I'm going to add that to our...
Autumn, you got some great ones. The sussy evil eye calmly lunged the babbling boogeyman. Now, Autumn, you might want to put lunged at in there. So some of those sentences you might have to just change slightly the words. Chicken nugget. Thanks, Bethany.
So good. And I think what's great is we've inspired some writing. So think, what am I going to do with this writing? We've created these Mad Libs. We've learned some Excel skills, just being able to use Excel and navigate and feel confident. I hope we're all feeling confident today because you did something hard. We get to identify parts of speech and generate these different words. That's language arts today. We just happen to be doing it a little geeky. And now we get to come together and have some fun and put these sentences together. And I love the idea, Dee, of taking this now and saying, okay, yeah, I'm going to write something. I'm going to maybe take one of my sentences and one of my friend's sentences or another one that I saw today. I'm going to put those two together and I'm going to come up with a great story or a setting of a movie, or maybe I'm going to write a poem or a part of a song. I'm just going to write because we need inspiration when it comes to writing.
They're such good ones. The adorable army delicately flew past the life alert. Keenan. And we have Mrs. Oliveira has the long paper softly sat by the hard ketchup. And actually, Mrs. Oliveira, that gave me an idea, Trish. I think what we should create too is you could make a haiku. So you could have a list of,
haikus.
5 syllables in one column, 7-syllable things, and then another 5, and we can make a formula.
Mean I could go to this list and I could go 5, 7, 5, and I could just not put things in this column.
Yeah.
And you're saying I could make a haiku generator instead of a Mad Lib generator. So I can customize this and make it into whatever I want.
Yeah, wouldn't it be cool to make a haiku generator in something with 5 syllables?
We could even do something where we could put we're doing healthy food choices for breakfast, lunch, and dinner snacks. Put in a bunch of ideas, a snack generator. Maybe I want to put in there. That's fun.
My goodness. Yeah, you could put caramel, all these things.
Yeah.
Caramel apples. Yeah.
So put your vegetables. You make yourself.
I think I'm going to build that. I don't know why, but just Mrs. Oliveira's that long paper softly sat. It kind of had a poetic feel to it, and so I thought, oh, that'd be really cool.
That is
zany
really cool.
Nuke ran through the hard wall sarcastically. That's wow.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, and Excel keeps going on. There's other things that you can do in there that you can play with. You can do things, if you want to try one more thing, we leave you with a challenge today. If you want to try to use something like conditional formatting and make things change color, we know that you can have a lot of fun with formulas. You can put in images. You can do so many creative things inside of Excel. But you know what? After today, if you run into any trouble, if you've got questions, teachers, don't feel shy to go ahead and reach out to help at the Cobblestone help@cobblestonecollective.ca. Absolutely, answers will be given.
So
but of
good,
course, check back with our PowerPoint presentation here if you didn't happen to get a copy of that and you want to be able to use this with other students or with your colleagues and refer back to it.
Exactly.
Just make sure you grab the cc.page/Excel fun. That is this PowerPoint so that you can keep it and it is yours to be able to use again and again, especially if you want that challenge of making Darren's amazing instructables. Maybe you're ready to make that haiku generator or that snack generator.
Huge shout out to Ligma, but huge shout out to Autumn and Eason and Kyle and Addie and Antonio and Keenan. Just they have amazing sentences. They were following along and they really have some cool things. Oh, just so good. I think it says Ligma. Yeah. So Trish, thanks for joining us.
This was great. Thanks for geeking out with us, having a little fun with sheets. We hope everybody's feeling a little better about Excel today. You did something hard and awesome. And we hope we see our friends again in another co-taught lesson.
Thanks, folks.